All right, what's up, everybody? Mr. Lucas here.
Mr. Lucas here. I hope you're having a great start to your week. Today I have an activity for you that you can do outside if you are able to do so, or you can do it inside. We're just going to switch the equipment depending on where you decide to do this activity. So today we are focusing on Frisbee activities. So if you don't have a Frisbee, don't click the video off. I have options for you. And I'm going to show you how to do that in this video. So here's how some things you're going to need. If you are going outside for this, if you have a Frisbee, that's great. You're going to want some type of goals, we'll call them. So it could be a laundry basket, garbage can, hula hoop on the ground, something where you're going to be throwing the Frisbee through or into. Okay, and if you're inside, same thing. Inside, we're not going to use a Frisbee inside. Remember, we always want to match the equipment with our environment. So if you're inside, something that works perfect and you can throw it the same way is just grab a hat, grab a nice hat. So you're not, grab a hat that is not your favorite so that you're not throwing your favorite hat. And it will work just the same. So if you're inside, grab a hat, and the same thing, grab some items for goals. All right, so before I tell you about the activity, I'm going to, let's review how to throw the Frisbee the right way. So here I have some different equipment. These may look like Frisbees, but these are actually called discs. These are for an activity that I enjoy called disc golf. And so just like in real golf, you have different types of discs. You have drivers, they go really, really far. And then you have the putters, they're a little bit bigger, and they fly nice and straight. And disc golf is a really fun way to get outdoors. You can make these turn and curve and do all sorts of things because you might have obstacles in the way of your goal. So, but these are what I have. So just to review, when you're throwing a regular Frisbee, we are using our throwing hand. So I'm left-handed, and for the example, I'm going to pretend to throw this way, okay? So first thing you do is take the Frisbee, make sure flat side's on top and the open side is underneath. Take your throwing thumb, put it on top, your first finger, and have a guide on the side. So you got thumb on top, guiding on the side, and the rest of the fingers tucked up underneath. Okay, one more time. Thumb on top, guide finger on the side, 3 fingers up underneath. Okay, and so that's your grip for holding the Frisbee. Now here's what you're going to do. If I am throwing this way in front of me, first thing I'm going to do is point my Frisbee, or point my finger, the guide finger, as if I was like pointing at you. Point the guide finger at your target, okay, so it'll give you a nice straight arm, all right? Now what you're going to do is you're going to curl the Frisbee flat back toward your back hip, back here, or if more comfortable, it could be up under here. So it's gonna go here, we curl it in, okay, somewhere down here, okay? And we always wanna be in a nice athletic stance, so we bend the knees a little bit, so it's point, back hip. So now we're going to step with the opposite foot. Now, I don't want to confuse you because I'm throwing with my left hand and I'm going to step with my left foot. And you're like, Mr. Lucas, that's not your opposite foot. Well, here is, remember, your body is always going to try to balance you out. So if you have the Frisbee back here, okay, now your opposite foot is in front. So now I step with my opposite foot here and I'm going to throw the Frisbee. Okay, one more time. It's going to be point. It's going to be point. Back hip, step, release, just like this, okay? And this way, the Frisbee comes off nice and flat, almost like a pizza if you had toppings on it. You don't want the toppings to fly off when you throw it. If we're holding it up here, now it's going to be not flat, and same thing if you're holding it down here, it's not flat anymore. So we want to make sure that's coming off nice and flat. So point, curl, step, and release, okay? And that is how you throw the Frisbee. So here is, take some time to practice that before the activity starts. So here's what we're going to play. We're going to play our own version of Frisbee golf today. If you have just one goal, that's fine. If you have 10 goals, that's good too. So here's what you're going to do. You can play on your own or with a partner. If you're on your own, it's going to be a record-setting round. See how quickly or how many points you can get during the game. If you're playing against a partner, take turns, and you'll see how this works. So if you're playing with a partner, rock, paper, scissors to see who goes first. All right, whoever won that is going to take their basket or their goal and go put it somewhere. If you're outside, go put it in the yard somewhere safe. If you're inside, put it, make sure you're in a room that you can play appropriately, but put the basket somewhere on the couch. Put it behind the, make it tricky, okay? And, but make sure it's in a safe place because you're going to be throwing a hat if you're inside, okay? So put it somewhere and then pick a starting spot. So you could choose to be close. You could choose to be in another room of the house, okay, for your starting spot. And what you're going to do, we're inside, so let's use appropriate equipment, okay? So you and your partner are going to start at a certain spot. You're going to take turns and see, how many turns it takes you to get your item in the basket or in your goal. So let's say, let's pretend this is really far away. All right, so I would go and let's say that I can't get to the basket on my first throw. So maybe I throw it over here. Okay, now I'm a little bit closer. Remember, we're pretending we're really far away here. Now my partner would go and throw their item. Okay, now we're both going on to shot number 2. Okay, now I'm closer and I throw, make it. Good, it took me 2 turns. My partner goes, my partner makes it. My partner also took 2 turns. All right, that's round 1. Just like in golf, now we move on to the next hole. So now we would take the basket or the item and go place it somewhere else. You could play the winner, can place the basket wherever they'd like. It's up to you how you want to play that way. And so on and so forth. And you could play for a certain amount of time, or you could play to see who can score the most points. You could play 9 holes or 18 holes, whatever you would like to do. So remember, if you're inside, you need a basket, probably just one, and you can just move it throughout the house, and a hat. If you're outside, you could use a lot of these and set up the entire course beforehand. Remember, you need the basket, and you also need a starting spot for every hole like you would play in golf, okay? Let's see. And that should about do it, okay? Good luck. Remember, it is point, curl, step, and throw, okay? Have fun with this. Good luck, and I'll see you next time.